All right, so the ceiling of the chicken coop is done, and I tried to save some money because it's a chicken coop, so I didn't actually sheet the roof, just did the joists and attached the roof right on the joist. Problem with that is each panel is 3 feet wide, each joist is at 18 inches, doesn't quite match up. So it's not ideal. Also, I'm throwing 17-foot panels around by myself. I throw the first one up there, looks good. I don't realize till the last one goes up that I'm completely not square on this thing. It's pretty bad, but it's a chicken coop. I'm not trying to win any awards, and I'm just gonna say that it's modern design, but you can kind of see that is no good. It's no good, but I'm gonna leave it because again, it's chickens. They gave me an extra panel that should come in handy for the worm shed that I'm going to be building. That'll also give me some material to build a roof for the door for them to get in and out of. But it's up. It's not pretty, but it'll work. On the very last screw, I did fall off the ladder. That was bitching. Other than that, it's ready to sheet. Once I sheet it, it's essentially going to be ready to at least put chickens in there. It's not going to be ideal, but it'll be good to go. The doors will be in there and all that good stuff. So the weather's supposed to be really crappy the next few days. I did want to get this roof up before it started raining on me, and I did. So yeah, hopefully within 4 to 5 days, chickens will have a new home. Okay, the raining has stopped. Essentially, the coop is ready to have chickens. Coop is nowhere near being done. I don't know, I'm gonna have to do a lot of cheating. We'll make it look good. But it's, all 4 walls are up. I can essentially put the chickens in there. There's a few little holes I gotta seal up top. For the roof that it's dripping in, but it's nothing crazy. I kind of knew that was going to have to happen anyways. So yeah, but she ain't pretty, but she works. At least she should work. Chickens are way overdue to be transported. They are cramped in their little cages. They're getting out. However, Ranger's kind of sick, so I have to take him to the vet tomorrow. I wanted to get the chickens over here first thing in the morning, but instead going to the vet, and I'll be going back and picking up the chicks and then bringing them back here. There's a lot more screwing that needs to be done with the boards. A lot of them are just kind of on there. There needs to be a lot of trimming. Once it's painted, trimmed out, blah, 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 it should look pretty good. If you pick it apart, you're going to find that the walls aren't perfectly flat. It's not exactly square, but it's 256 square feet. First time I built something this big from scratch, with all 4 walls anyways, and it should work, and I learned a lot of lessons with it, so yeah. It should be good for a few days. So the chicks are doing pretty good. I've named one more. This guy. That guy right there is Quest. And we got Toaster. And right there we got P. P-E-A-P. They're all doing pretty good right now. They're a little hot right now, but they're okay. It's hot out today, guys. I get it. No, guys, stay here. Stay here. Good, thank you. All right, so chickens are doing pretty good. They're a little warm right now. I do need to get the windows cut in. I need to get them outside access. That's gonna be the goal for next week. So this week, I've pretty much essentially done the chicken coop to the point where they can live in here and be fine. It's a little warm, but they should be okay. I just did the hardest thing I think I've ever done, and that's laying the tubing for the heating and the cooling system. The spool was crazy heavy. As I was pushing it, it was kind of like I was trying to stand on the tubing so it would stay put, but the spool was so heavy that it was kind of just dragging me with it. So that's quite the process, but it's in. A couple concerns that I have is I've waited a long time to run this tubing. I had to get the tubing first, which is a story in itself, but there's a company nearby that uses it quite a bit. Whenever they have partial spools, a lot of times they throw it away, so I was kind of waiting for that to come through. Finally got it. I don't even want to know how much that stuff costs. So as you can see, a lot of the dirt that I pulled out, it's starting to erode away, the wind, rain. So I'm hoping I have enough material now to fill this hole. That's a big concern for me. As you can see, there are 5 tubes, so 5 different runs. The greenhouse is going to be approximately right here. There's going to be 2 high-powered fans that are going to blow air through these tubes. One run, it's just going to be one single tube. It's going to go to the coop. The chickens don't necessarily need it. They will have access to outside, so they can go outside to cool off if they need to, this and that. But I care a lot about my animals, so I kind of want them to be a little bit more comfortable. And I'm hoping that if I can keep temperatures a little bit more to their liking, that they'll be more productive on laying their eggs once they start laying. Then there's 4 runs, which basically there's going to be 2 that start down there. They're going to come down this way. They're going to elbow here. So basically it's going to be 1 here, then 1 back. That's going to be 1 run. So there's going to be 2 of those. The greenhouse temperature is going to be more critical to keep, plants ideal and stuff like that. So a lot of times when you see people run these, they do a minimum of 100 feet, sometimes 200 feet each direction. So I'm at about 85 feet. So that's going to give them 100. It's going to give it 160 to 170 feet of distance to hopefully regulate the temperature of that air. So it's going to pump in from the greenhouse. It's going to be on the thermostat. So once the greenhouse hits 85, it'll turn on, pump air, hopefully maintaining a temperature of 85 or less. And then it'll also have a low temperature of probably like 40 degrees or 50 degrees. So once it hits that, it'll start pumping air to try to keep the greenhouse from getting too cold in the winter. At least that's the goal. So yeah, all that's done. I gotta elbow the stuff. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with that. But man, I am spent. I don't know how many times I prayed to just get the strength and the stamina to keep it going. It's 95 degrees out. It's very hot. Every time I had a little bit of cloud cover, I was like, thank God. But yeah, chicken coop is up, and you know, this is some of the stuff that we did for that. Another issue that I'm having now is Japanese beetles are starting to wreak havoc on my plants. Not very happy about that at all. Especially my fruit bushes. They are tearing apart my grapes. All my blueberries are gone. I'm gonna attribute that to birds, but the leaves are starting to look bad. They're totally going after my Rainier cherry tree, and kind of trying to figure out a way to mitigate this without using chemicals. I'm trying to do things as organically as possible. Like, I'm not really expecting production out of any of these things this year, but I don't want them to die either. So hopefully keep all that stuff happy, and hopefully next time you will see a happier chicken coop. Good boy, Ranger. Good boy. Bring it, buddy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy.